Remember Axl Rose, the wild heart of Guns N' Roses, the man who once ruled stadiums, riots, and rock itself? For years, he vanished. No concerts, no interviews, not even a whisper from behind the gates of his $5 million Malibu mansion. Fans thought he'd lost it all. But in 2025, at 63, he stepped back under the lights, transformed, calmer, and almost unrecognizable. What happened in those missing years? What broke him, and what brought him back? Because the truth behind Axl Rose's silence isn't just shocking, it's heartbreaking. This is the story of how the loudest man in rock learned to live in quiet. William Bruce Rose Jr. was born on February 6, 1962, in Lafayette, Indiana. His mother, Sharon Lintner, was only 16, a child herself, and his father, William Rose Sr., was 20, already known around town for trouble. The pregnancy wasn't planned, and within 2 years, his father vanished without a trace. One day he was there, the next gone forever. Sharon remarried quickly to a Pentecostal preacher named Stephen Bailey, who adopted little William and gave him a new name, William Bailey. The new father brought religion into the home, but not peace. Behind his sermons was control. Behind his Bible was a belt. And behind the walls of that house was fear. The Bailey home was a prison wrapped in scripture. Music was banned. Television was destroyed for being satanic. The family was forced into church several times a week and punished for the smallest questions. Axl later said, "The first time I got hit was for looking at a woman." He was only 5. The scars from that slap never healed. At 17, he discovered hidden insurance papers that exposed a lie. The man he called father wasn't his father at all. His real father, William Rose Sr., had abandoned him long ago. That discovery triggered an explosion. He tore apart the house, screamed until his throat bled, and was eventually taken away and prescribed lithium. Doctors called it mania. Axl called it betrayal. That moment, he would later say, was when he stopped trusting anyone. By his mid-teens, anger had turned into music. He formed a small local band called Axl, playing rough covers of Aerosmith and Nazareth songs in smoky Lafayette bars. The audience was drunk, the cops were nearby, and fights were part of the show. Arrests came often, over 20 times between 1977 and 1982, for everything from public intoxication to fighting. Then came a false accusation that nearly destroyed him. A woman accused him of rape after a party. The charges were dropped, but his reputation shattered. Spiraling into despair, he attempted suicide by overdose. Somehow he survived. When he finally recovered, he made a decision that would change everything. With $50, a guitar, and nothing left to lose, he hitchhiked to Los Angeles. In 1985, he met Slash, Izzy Stradlin, Duff McKagan, and Steven Adler. Together, they formed Guns N' Roses, a band so raw and volatile, it seemed destined to implode before it even began. They had no manager, no money, and no restraint. Their early shows at the Troubadour and the Roxy were chaotic. Part concert, part bar fight. Yet, when Geffen Records offered them a $250,000 deal, they signed without hesitation. Their debut album, Appetite for Destruction, released in 1987, didn't make much noise at first. But then came Sweet Child O' Mine, and everything changed overnight. The album shot to #1, and Guns N' Roses became the most dangerous band in the world. Behind the success of Guns N' Roses was a heavy price that nearly destroyed Axl Rose. Fame, trauma, and rage collided inside him, creating a storm he couldn't control. His relationship with Erin Everly, daughter of Don Everly, began as a love story and ended as a nightmare. She was the muse behind Sweet Child O' Mine, but their romance turned toxic and violent. In April 1990, Axl appeared at her door at 4 a.m., saying there was a gun in his car and that he'd end his life if she didn't marry him. The next day, they were in Las Vegas, exchanging vows at Cupid's wedding chapel. 9 months later, it was over. Erin later accused him of years of abuse, beatings, hospital visits, and psychological control so extreme he removed the doors from her apartment. Axl denied everything, but court records told another story. Soon after, he fell for supermodel Stephanie Seymour, and the pattern repeated itself. intense passion followed by chaos. They got engaged in 1993, but within weeks it crumbled. Stephanie accused him of assault, and Axl countersued her over jewelry. Their love turned into lawsuits and headlines. The man who sang about paradise was trapped in his own private hell. By 1991, cracks began to tear through Guns N' Roses. Chaos followed them everywhere. At the notorious Riverport riot in St. Louis, Axl leapt into the crowd to attack a fan filming the show, triggering mass hysteria. 50 people were injured, and the venue suffered $250,000 in damage. Another riot erupted in Montreal the next year after a delayed performance. Every show became a war zone. Yet amid the madness, Axl poured himself into creating Use Your Illusion, I and the Tituus, two albums that took over a year to record and sold more than 14 million copies. But by the end, every original member except Axl was gone. The band that conquered the world had devoured itself. After the collapse, Axl turned inward. He tried past life regression therapy, claiming his pain stretched across lifetimes. Critics mocked him, but he believed it. Diagnosed with bipolar disorder, he refused lithium, saying it killed his creativity. That same sensitivity made him both a genius and a prisoner of his emotions. In 1994, he began his long-awaited comeback, Chinese Democracy. 13 years, 13 million, and endless rewrites later, it finally released in 2008, debuting at number 3 on Billboard. Critics mocked it, but to Axl, it was his truth. While the world called him a recluse, he lived quietly in his Malibu mansion, a 4-acre fortress with an infinity pool, a gym, and a secret studio. In his garage gleamed a Ferrari Enzo, a Porsche 918 Spider, and a Carrera GT. At night, he'd drive the Pacific Coast Highway, the roar of engines drowning out the noise in his mind. For the man who once ruled the world, silence had finally become the only thing that mattered. Top of form, bottom of form in 2016, something unbelievable happened. For the first time since 1993, the original Guns N' Roses lineup reunited for the Not in This Lifetime tour. During the first show at the Troubadour, Axl broke his foot mid-song. Instead of canceling, he borrowed Dave Grohl's throne from Foo Fighters and kept performing. The tour became one of the highest grossing in history, over $584 million across 158 shows. 2 nights at London Stadium alone made nearly $18 million. The man who once swore the band would never reunite was now leading it again. By 2021, new music arrived. The single Hard School featured vocals Axl had recorded back in 1999, and in 2025, he launched a global tour titled Because What You Want and What You Get Are Two Completely Different Things. The tour began in Incheon, South Korea, before reaching Saudi Arabia and Buenos Aires. At 63, Axl looked transformed, healthy, focused, and even peaceful. But the old fires still burned. During one show in Buenos Aires, his in-ear monitors failed. Frustrated, he kicked a drum, threw his mic, and stormed off, only to return minutes later to finish the concert. The crowd roared. They weren't cheering perfection. They were cheering passion. Behind the mansion gates, Axl still writes music. He mentors young artists privately, avoiding social media and interviews. In September 2025, he announced something unexpected: a graphic novel series for Axl Rose. Survival was never about comfort. It was about transformation. From a scared kid in Indiana to the wildest frontman in rock, he turned pain into power and chaos into legacy. Some people learn from pain, he once said. Others are built from it. And Axl was built from every scar, every scream, every storm. Today, he stands not as a broken legend, but as a survivor who found peace through music. Because true legends never fade. They echo in every heart that still remembers. If Axl's story moved you, like, share, and subscribe. Because some voices are too powerful to be forgotten. Thanks for watching.